Morning, guys. Jason Arsenault here, former police officer, father, husband, and canine professional. I'm just sitting outside of the gym here. I just pulled up, and I'm just kind of thinking about things this morning, and I just wanted to share the thought process behind starting my career and starting the business as a dog business owner. So when I was in the police, after I had left and was on medical leave, eventually it came to a point where I knew I wasn't going back to the police, and that was pretty scary for me. Working with what do you call them, vocational therapists or whatever, I'm not even sure anymore. It's been a few years, but trying to figure out what career I should be going into after I leave. And I think one of the hardest things I had to do was choose to open the business, because I could have it's hard because they wanted me to go into different positions that would have been the same as policing, I guess, and it just wasn't what the doctors recommended, I guess. So that was off the table. They WCB and that weren't accepting my requests to do specific training for the dog training career. So it was a choice that I had to make, that I had to kind of do that on my own. So I opted to pay for all this training on my own for the dog training without any help from WCB. And then after that, they kind of, if you've listened to my stories before, they kind of left me high and dry, and they just released me from workers' compensation because I decided that I didn't want to, or that I wanted to pursue dog training and they didn't want to pay for it. So that was one of the hardest things I had to do, was make that decision to put my mental health at the forefront and do something that I wanted to do for myself. And it comes with a lot of, it was having that issue with mental health, depression and PTSD, that kind of stuff, and then starting a business. There was a lot to go through there, because when I started the business, I wasn't a business person. I had no idea what running your own business was like, and it was tough. Like, there was a lot of strain because there was lots of hours, long hours. Things weren't going right. It had its own stresses on its own, other than different the stresses that police work had. So I guess one of the other things was that I was losing my whole identity, right? I was a police officer for 15 years, right? 15 years as identifying myself as a police officer, and now not only did I have to start a new career or start this new business, but I had to find a new identity. And finding a new identity was probably it was probably one of the harder things that I've had to do, is because you go through your whole life. Like, for me, my father was a police officer, so that's all I knew. That's all I wanted to be, was a police officer. And sun's coming out. So that's what I did. That's what I expected of myself, right? Was I was going to be a police officer. So I don't know what, probably like grade 7, grade 6, I knew that was my whole career path, was going to be a police officer. And then when you can't do that anymore and you have to change your identity based on your career, it's tough. So if you, I think the biggest thing is to take away from this is that you have to be able to be your own person and have your own identity aside from what you do, right? So now, you guys hear me say this: former police officer, father and husband, and canine professional. So I want to stack what's most important to me in the middle, which is father and husband. Now I want to be, I am a dog professional, a canine professional. I am a former police officer, but the most important thing to me is being a father and husband. And that is, I guess that's what I put my identity on now. And just being yourself and not attaching it to a career makes it a lot easier when you have to think about, maybe I want to do something else to make myself happy, right? Because if you identify as an engineer or I don't know, firefighter or whatever, right, then it makes it harder for you to do something else that maybe would make you happier. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Now I'm gonna go work out. Thanks for listening.